Good morning. How are you doing today? Today is day 21 of the challenge. We're going to be doing 3 exercises. I'm going to take you through the 100. I'm going to take you through some bridges, and I'm going to take you through hip lift, which is lying on your back, 1 foot in the air and lifting the hips. Similar to the bridge, but just on one leg. So you get a little bit more glute on one side out of that one, a little bit more specific. My props today, I have a small ball. I also have a fitness circle. You don't need any props. For the 100, I'm going to do it 2 ways. I'll start upright, as many of you are working the 100 from above, which is a great way to do the 100 and keep any tension out of the neck completely. And that's where you're upright and rounding back into the 100 position. If you've got a small ball, you can put it behind your lower back and squish it by doing your tuck under. You could also put it between the knees so that you're getting a little bit of inner thigh work while you're doing your 100. Okay? I'm going to start upright and I'll take you through 50. Then I'm going to lose the ball and get right into the traditional 100 position and finish that way. If you prefer to do traditional, meaning on your back and bringing your head and shoulders up off the mat, extending the arms and legs, so in this position, then just start in that position and stay with it for the whole 100. When we finish the 100, we're going to go on to bridges. Again, you can use a small ball between the knees. It is a nice way to get that inner thigh work while you're working the glutes. If you don't have a small ball, you can use a pillow. Just get a nice cushy pillow between the knees and then you can squeeze that. That will be just as effective. Same thing with the fitness circle. If you've got a fitness circle, you can use that between the knees. Whichever prop you use, if you're going to use one, just make sure you've given it a squeeze first and then bring your feet in alignment with the hips. So if you're using a fitness circle and it's way out here, you don't even want that. You would have to bring the feet out a little bit so everything is in alignment. The third exercise, the hip lift, you're not going to use any prop. They're hard enough on their own. All right, so let's get started with the 100. I'm going to use the small ball behind my back. You're placing it nice and low. Remember, you are not leaning back. You're tucking the pelvis under and pulling in those lower abs to try to squish the ball a little bit and keep the scapula down. So get a good breath, and on your exhale, tuck it under or come up into the 100 if you're working traditional. And pump. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 4, 10. In 2, 3, 4. Don't let the head drop back or don't let it round forward. In 2, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 40. In 2, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 50. Keep going and out 2, 3, 4, 60. In 2, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 70. In 4 and out 2, 3, 4, 80. In 4 and out 2, 3, 4, 90. In 4 and out 2, 3, 4, 100. Pull it in, crunch a little bit more out of it, and come up. Nicely done. All right, we're going to move on to bridges. Again, you do not need a prop for the bridge. You would just have your feet either nice and tight together and squeeze those legs together, or you can keep the feet about hip distance apart. Just make sure you keep alignment of the legs when you're working your bridge. We're going to do a couple of different variations. We're going to do a straight hip lift for 10. Then we're going to stay up and squeeze the legs together or squeeze that prop for 10. Come down. Then we're going to come up a third time and pulse up just a little bit higher with the hips, firing up those glutes just a little bit more. So it'll be 30 in total. Ball between the knees. Hands on the mat. You can have your palms down but don't use the arms. If you find you're using them, just flip them over. You may end up using a little bit of the upper arm, but it's a little bit harder to get them to help you too much. Make sure your feet are in alignment with whatever prop you have. Get a breath. Exhale, tuck it under and lift. And lower, but don't stay there. 2. Now when you're lifting your hips, don't let those ribs get too high. You're working a tuck under and trying to bring the hips in alignment. Knees right through the ribs. 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Now we're going to go up and squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Don't let those hips drop. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And release. And up. Last time. Lift. And a little bit more. You're just squeezing those glutes to get every last little bit out of it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, nicely done. Those can be as difficult as you want them to be by how much you squeeze. Alright, toe lift. Get rid of my ball. You will not use a prop for this next one. You're going to be back in your bridge position, feet about hip distance apart. You're going to extend one leg straight up in the air. You want to keep it nice and long. You don't want it down here. Think that you're trying to touch either your ceiling or a leaf you might be lying under. You're going to use the other glute, lift it up and lower, but don't stay there. 2 and 3, 4. Same thing with the hands. Get them out of the way. 6 and 7, 8, 9. On the next one, stay up there for 10 little pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. Good stuff. Switch legs. Many of you are used to doing 2 sets in a row or both sets on the same leg and then switch. Feel free to stay that way if you'd like. You ready? And 1 and lower, but don't stay. 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stay up for 10 little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, let's do one more set, guys. 10 and then 10 little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Last round. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, good job. Pull those knees into the chest. And it would be a good one to do a piriformis stretch after, as you've just been working those glutes. A couple of good deep breaths. And other side. Alrighty. So there you are. 3 exercises for today. Day 21. See you tomorrow.